Morning, man, behind the scenes. Did I get it right this time?
Right this time.
All right, good deal. We gotta get this started off on the right foot. All right, you ready to decorate this cake and see what we got?
Yeah, I think so.
I think step one's decorate, step two's light it up, and I don't know if we'll get to step three, but that's to drive it out of here.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the thought process for this morning. If you guys missed it yesterday, we cut these grills out. These three here guard the hydraulic coolers we got. This guards the main radiator. And what we want to do is put something in here that gives a little bit of color and protects debris and leaves and everything from getting back into those radiators. And Aaron decided that brightly colored wire mesh is our friend.
Yes. May got a little thick on paint on that one. We won't start with this one.
Is that the one you tried to put two coats on?
Yeah.
I bet you we can probably take an air hose and blow that out.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so we're gonna cut these off. The question is, we do not have a good plan on how we're going to attach that. The absolute worst case scenario, we may try to tack it on there, but I'm hoping we can glue it or silicone it or something.
Yeah.
Something. All right, which one are we doing first?
The smallest one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
All right, kept me free. Man, that paint job looks amazing, man, behind the scenes.
All the great body work that went into that before the
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that was a good team effort all around. Okay, so this is the front, right?
Yeah.
So that means we need to put, look at this nice little workstation we got over here.
Oh, yeah.
We are fancy this morning. All kinds of fancy. All right, do you know which one goes on here?
That's the smallest one, right?
That is the smallest one.
So, that'd be this one.
The one somebody got a little carried away with the paint?
Yeah. Oh, I think it'd be all right. I think all that's just gonna come right off. Yeah, I see that. That's good. I think it'll be fine. Nothing to worry about.
All right, so what's our plan? We're gonna try to glue this?
I think so. I like trying to glue it. I mean, that's gonna make it better for us. Easier. Okay, that'll all fall off.
All right, so lay that down on top of there.
That way. Like that. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I need to come this way just a hair. Should be pretty close right there.
So let me ask you this. Do you think if we ran a bead of glue like down through here, put a piece of that painter's plastic on it, and then we get us a board or something,
Just set on it.
smash it down flat, because the plastic may still stick to the glue, but it shouldn't matter where it sticks, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth an experiment? We supposedly got some fast drying glue.
Yeah. I say let's give it a shot.
Let's see what happens. All right, we gotta find us a board. All right, guys, attempt one's gonna be with heavy duty construction adhesive, instant grab, high strength.
That's good.
I don't know if this is gonna work or not. We're gonna try it though.
Do you want just run a thin bead?
That's what I'm thinking.
And then, I don't know, you run thin bead, little bitty thin beads, as thin as you can get them.
I just gotta make sure I don't get them too wide where they smash out.
Yeah, why'd you cut the hole so big on
I
that?
didn't cut the hole that big. I cut it just big enough to get my poker in.
Thin now. Thin. There, perfect, perfect. I think that's right on the money there. Ooh.
Guess I could put a dab up here and see how fast it dries. Well, apparently, according to the instructions, instant bond or instant grab means 24 hours.
Wow. I thought like 30 seconds.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, super glue. It's within a second, your fingers are glued together.
I don't know if I'm that patient, man, behind the scenes.
No, I should have brought super glue.
We got another flat plate down there if you want to try to do another one. But I hate to get too carried away.
And it not work.
And it not work.
I think it'll work.
You're that confident, huh?
Pretty confident. We do have a piece of cardboard that we can use to put weight on. Put the plastic down, then we can set the cardboard on it, and then, yeah.
I really wish I knew if that was going to work. All right, here's the plan, guys. We moved this one down to here on this flat piece of plate steel. We're gonna go ahead and try to get all these glued and smashed. We'll let them sit, see what happens, and hope they hold.
Yeah.
Well, man, behind the scenes, I don't know what else to do other than sit and wait.
Yeah.
We got us a little test glued piece right here. If that starts to stick, that should tell us a pretty good indication of what everything else is doing. The only question mark is that plastic. I hope it allows air to get to that. It should be able to get to it from the bottom side, though, because the whole grill's open. It's made to vent air.
It is made to vent air. I hope it does.
Find out.
Get air, I mean, where it's sitting at.
Well, I think it's a waiting game at this point, bud.
Yeah.
If it works, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
If it don't work, it's going to be an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
All right, man, behind the scenes, while this stuff is hopefully setting up and drying and doing its thing, we got a few odds and ends we're going to polish up on this thing. I was sending, this is why we got friends that are smarter than we are.
Yeah.
So I was sending some pictures to the GPS guy, just making sure we had our bracket and everything made right. And he brought up a very valid point. He is concerned that our GPS bracket, when this section of the plow rotates down, is going to hit right there. And I can't argue against his concern, to be honest with you. And it'd be much easier to fix that here in the shop than it would be to fix that out there in the field. So I think what we're gonna do while that's setting up is we're gonna fire this thing up. We need to get that pin right there back in. And then we're gonna raise this up as far as we can, rotate this down as far as we can, and see how close that comes to interfering.
Yeah.
All right, first things first, man, behind the scenes, we gotta get that pin back in. So if we go in the bottom hole, that would give us the worst case scenario here, right?
Yeah. You'll go down, fit in that bottom hole, you will go down farther.
Well, I guess let's see if we can get that hole lined up some way, shape, or form.
This one. I guess you have to go up with both of them. Getting really close.
All right, guys, after a lot of discussion and thought, we've come to an unconclusive decision. So
Great idea.
here's the train of thought. So the big disadvantage for us of making that thing taller than what it is when we go to transport or move this thing, it's going to have to come off and be disconnected and moved and all that stuff, which is not the end of the world, but it's a whole nother climbing, disconnecting, hooking up step that I'd like to avoid if at all possible. So we cannot get enough articulation with this plow here sitting in the shop. And I think it's going to clear. If it don't clear, it's going to be really close.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to leave well enough alone for now. When we actually pull this thing outside, we'll see if we can find a place where we can drop this like down over the bank, where we can get the rest of the movement out of that, which should tell us if we're going to have an interference issue up there. But I think we got a chance, man, behind the scenes.
I think we do too.
Because if we can get away with not adding on to that,
That'd be great.
that would be ideal scenario. Now, whenever we are in the plowing position, that thing is going to move down into here somewhere. And Joey didn't seem like he had any concerns about anything blocking a GPS signal coming into it. So having it way up there to where it's in the open for a signal doesn't really seem to be an issue as long as we don't have anything above it, which we shouldn't have anything above it. So I don't know. I think we're going to leave well enough alone for now.
I like that idea.
If we need to adjust it, we can adjust it.
Yeah.
And because if we don't need to adjust it, it's perfect for transport. The actual factory Braun plows, I don't know why, but they're like 3 or 4 feet up in the air. And it don't seem like it needs those for clearance, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I'm not the plow expert. This is my first one. So I don't want to discredit what Joey's concern is, because I can definitely see his concern is definitely getting closer there. But I'm hoping we still got enough clearance to make her happen.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on to the next thing. We're still waiting on glue to dry, which is more painful than waiting on paint to dry. We're going to show them our fancy lights we got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, need to show them now.
So neither one of us have any intentions of working night shift, but anytime I don't have lights on a piece of equipment, there's always those 2 or 3 times a year we wish we did. We've had these random lights sitting around for a couple years now, and there's some pretty bad LED lights. I wish I could feel how heavy those are.
Yeah.
We got 4 of them.
Yep.
So I think we're going to put 4 of them on the top of the cab, 2 facing forward.
Yep.
2 facing back. And that way when we get into those random situations where we need some lights, whether it be loading or finishing up a job, we got the option.
Yeah.
All right, we have climbed up top side. The question is, where are we gonna mount these at? That don't look too bad right there, does it?
No, it don't look bad. If we can hold it out to the edge,
Yeah.
you're not hitting the wind. What I was worried about was the windshield, but you're not hitting the windshield.
Can we get it as far that way as possible too?
Like this.
Yeah, then maybe
Yeah.
leave it off just enough to where we can turn it.
Yeah, so if we have it all the way out and we
Okay.
can turn it, we'd be able to turn it like that, which is plenty. So
Let me see.
I'm gonna hold this out.
So basically I need to be 4 inches off that edge.
Yeah, and that gives you room to turn it if needed to turn.
Okay. And we don't think that blocks too much visibility from the windshield?
No, if you're right there, you're gonna be fine.
Gonna be fine coming from the guy that ain't gonna be driving.
Well, I mean, I'm looking where I'd be sitting in the seat, and I know I'm in the seat. I'm like,
What's it look like about 8 inches higher? All right.
You're just gonna catch them.
Okay.
They won't obstruct your view.
All right, I like it. I was originally thinking we were gonna mount them on top, but I like this plan better. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that's gonna look good.
It's gonna line up on Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's gonna light Bigfoot up good. No, I think that's gonna work.
Think that's gonna work?
Yeah. Check
Well,
if
we'll
you.
go ahead and get this one.
Yeah, go ahead and drill that one, and then
And then we'll see what we want to do for our wiring.
yeah. It's the way it looks, where that comes out of that light, I think we can drill a hole straight through, and that wire will go right in. So, yeah, we'll be good.
All right, guys, been discussing this over. I got a few different options. We were originally going to drill through this and run the wire on the back side because there's a little bit of a cavity back in here. I don't know if you can see my hand. But again, this cab is most likely temporary, and we kind of run into a roadblock with these posts and no good way to get out of there. We're going to put all these lights on one relay, one switch. So I think what we're going to do is just run from that light to this light to that light to that light, and then we'll run down into our control box. So I think we're just going to run it on the outside right here.
Yeah.
The only place you're going to see it on the outside is basically right here.
Yep.
So first things first, we need to extend that cord so it reaches this cord, and then we need to get from this cord around to that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Does this mean we're back doing electrical?
Back to electrical.
I feel like every wire on this thing I've put on it.
Yeah. You have.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, that looks pretty clean, Aaron.
Yeah.
So these two lights are wired together. We got the wire tucked up in here and looks nice and clean. Everything is good there. I think we are gonna change one thing. I'm concerned this wire, even though it looks like it's big, like it's 12 gauge, it's actually 14 gauge. I don't know for sure if it's enough to run all 4 lights. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 2 lights, probably the front 2 lights on one switch, 1 relay, back 2 lights on one switch and 1 relay. And that way we're guaranteed not to overload. I don't know if we need the option to have one or the other, but we got the option to have one or the other if we want it, right?
Yes.
All right, let's migrate around back and we'll get those. Well guys, here's what we ended up with. We got all of our wires coming in right here. Ended up tying these into a nice clamp. Everything comes down and voila, they have made it inside of our box. We're going to use these last 2 relays here to run the lights, which will be tied in out of here. We actually got 3 relays left, which will be nice. We'll have an extra one if we need to add something later. So we're gonna grab power out of there. We're probably gonna ground off right here, and then we're gonna put in a switch right there. And that is our plan. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I think all the wiring as far as we're concerned in this little box is complete. We got our lights wired in, got them to a switch which operates 2 different relays, one for the front, one for the back. We got this circuit here wired in, which we got to get hooked up to our power feeder, but is not hooked up yet. Everything else is already done and tidied up. It's a little bit of spaghetti junction, but for as much stuff as we got coming and going there, actually pretty happy with the way that turned out. You ready to see if our lights work?
I'm ready. You ready?
I guess we're gonna find out. All right. I think that, hold on. Oh, that is bright. All right, take 2, you ready?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
are they all 4 on?
Yep, front and rear. Yeah.
Sweet. So I also got this set up. Whenever we turn the key off, the lights go off.
Good.
So that way we don't have to worry about leaving the lights on
Yeah.
and running the battery dead. So, all right, let's get out here and scope it out. Are they? Oh yes, man, behind the scenes. Those are
really good. You know, you got a vacation coming up. I hate to say it, it may not wait till vacation, but I think that hood ornament's gonna have to be brightened up with them lights on it now. Somebody sent us some paint.
I'm still trying to figure out how to sneak this thing out of here without you getting Bigfoot on the exhaust.
Bigfoot's gotta go on too. I mean, he's gonna be in the limelight. I'm actually looking now, I'm almost thinking that I need some kind of neon outline around Bigfoot.
Oh my goodness.
Well, with the lights on, I look at that hood ornament and look at it stick out up there. It just needs that wow factor.
I don't know if I follow.
Neon yellow, I think, would really make that pop.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Behind the scenes, we're gonna close the lid on the yellow box.
Yes.
And our solenoid valves did show up.
Yep.
So I guess we're on to getting that tidied up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are back to these guys. It is super comfortable down here, in case anybody's wondering. We got to replace this one and this one. Joey sent us some new used ones. This one here is open, and the one below it is the one we tried to rebuild and failed that it's leaking. So, all right.
Which one did you say I don't have to unhook?
This one here.
That one? Okay.
I think it's this one right here.
Yeah. So that's the black and white one.
Oh, all right, you ready?
I think so.
Valve 1 coming your way.
Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. Now on to valve 2. Got it?
Yep. Okay.
All right. Valve 2's all yours. Oh, valve 2's got a messed up O-ring. Look at that. Maybe that's why it was bleeding by so fast.
Yeah, it may have been.
Huh. Interesting. It's funny how that was not leaking externally. At least it didn't end up somewhere it didn't need to be. All right, man, behind the scenes, you ready?
Yep.
We're gonna have to go up, 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 right there. Oh, ain't it pretty?
Yeah. Did we get that?
I think we did.
Holy cow.
Oh, look at that.
Good deal.
It's meant to be.
Yeah. That went too good. I didn't like the way that went.
Well, don't hold your breath on the way the next one's gonna go.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys, here's our next dilemma. I don't know if you can see. These old valves got this extra box on there, which allows the wire to come out the side. These new ones do not. I've already got the next one wired. I don't know if we got enough room right here to get that wire out. If not, we're gonna have to rewire it and put that box on. We're gonna give it a dry run and find out. So it goes this way, right?
Yeah, V's going up like that.
Okay. I think it's gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll work. The way we got that good wire on there that even if it rubs there a little bit, I don't think it's gonna hurt anything.
All right.
Let's say we go for it.
I like it.
All right. Let me keep an eye on them O-rings.
Yep.
Okay, can you bring that wire around the end of it here?
The end of it like
No,
this?
the gray wire.
Oh, bring it around the end. Yep. Okay.
Okay, you see my bolt come through?
Okay.
Down a little bit, over a little bit.
Which way?
I think I got it. Maybe not.
I need to go.
Come out just a shade.
Oh, right there. I need to go. Really? Over that far? Should have it there.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Now we'll see how close we're on the other side of the thing.
I bet you we don't get as lucky as we did last time.
Oh.
I think we did.
Did we?
We've done this too much. We're getting good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Last dilemma. I'm missing one of my Allen bolts. Oh, remember, I see it. It's right here behind me. All right, here. I got it. All right. Hopefully, this takes care of all of our problems.
Yeah.
All right, one other thing we decided to do while we were down here is there is a blocked off spot down here for another valve if we ever wanted it, and it has a hose coming out of it that goes up to a gauge so you can monitor hydraulic pressure. And I'm sure Joey will educate us on this, but I think it has something to do with when we're in float mode to make sure we're floating properly or maybe have proper back pressure. I don't know. But I do know the hose ran pretty much up between my legs. It looked like it was in really bad shape. So we're going to reroute it so it's not between my legs.
Oh,
and we're going to replace it so hopefully it don't blow.
It would have been a lot better to see it blow on video.
Oh, all right, I got my end on.
Okay.
It's all you up there, biggin.
I got it.
All right, so here's where that gauge goes, guys, and it's kind of hard to see over here. So while we're doing all this, we're gonna see. Oh yeah, that'd be perfectly fine.
I gotta work.
Yeah, that's. Okay. I can see it from all the way over here. I mean, I couldn't see it at all unless I leaned all the way over here before. It was way down here. So we were wanting an 8-inch nipple, but all we could get is a 6-inch nipple. I think that'll work fine. All right, let's taper and install.
Yep.
Push your luck here.
I wouldn't get too crazy with it. I'd rather see it leak a little bit than
I want to see it leak right on my. Oh, look at that. That is much better. Much better. All right. So, do we want to fire this thing up, make sure it builds pressure? We ain't got no leaks when we go wiring anything else in?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
That is bright.
Bright is good.
Fire in the hole, here we go.
All right.
Last time I did this, I had a wide open throttle. We're gonna make sure we got her toned back a little bit now. Here we go. Pressure went straight out. Yeah. As soon as we fired, we built pressure and no leaks.
All right. So that's good. Now we can wire it up to see it move again.
We can wire it up for the 15th time, yes. All right, guys, Aaron had to head out. It's getting kind of late this evening. And if you want an update On our gluing situation, this is definitely not fast acting instant grip glue. It is starting to set up, it is starting to hold, but it is a far cry from being ready to do anything. And I'm really worried about what it's gonna be like. Oh yeah, it's just, I think that plastic's gonna keep it from setting up even more. I don't know, this might be a disaster. I hope not, but it's not looking good. Maybe we should have just put the, well, we would put that straight on the wood. That wouldn't have been good either. I don't know. I guess we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope something magical happens. That's our only hope at this point. I don't know. Maybe we should have used like a 2-part epoxy. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think we should have used, because I am not convinced what we used is going to do the trick. So, all right. On to our next thing. We were getting so close to having this thing done, guys. I was hoping to get it done in this video. I don't know if we're going to make it. We got those solenoid valves to get wired in. We got the side window to put in, the side panel to put in, and get the grills put in. A few other random things, I guess. I don't know. That's got me worried. But Aaron had to take out of here, and we're going to switch. We're going to switch modes here for just a second. There's 2 things we want to do on the front of this thing yet we've kind of dreamed up. We left this one side open over here for like tools and stuff, but I don't want dirt and wasps and everything else to get in there. So I think we're going to make a cover to go on this 8x8. We got a hinge and a fancy little latch. That way we can slide stuff in there and store it, but we can also kind of keep it blocked off if we want. So let's see if we can dream up on that. And then, well, I think we're going to weld a couple hooks out right here so we can like hang our tow rope or hang a chain or something. That way it's right there handy. We got our lug welded on a couple videos ago. So let's see what we can come up with and get her cut out. That way she'll be ready to weld on. All right, guys, here's what we come up with. Pretty simple design. We just got to hope this works as planned. Hoping that fits through that hole. They're actually the same size. They're both 1 inch, but I'm going to cut them on opposite offsets. I got this one. Oh, is it going to do it? Nope. It's not, oh, it's not going to do it because I got the tool path on. We're going to cut this one on an outside offset, cut that one on an inside offset, and that should give us just a little bit of a clearance to hopefully let that slide through that hole. That's my plan. We're fixing to find out because we're going to hit the word go, see what happens. There's our tab. Here comes our plate. All right, let's see if the plan works. All right, hopefully you guys can see. This is not going to be anything crazy or amazing, but first thing is our tab fits through a hole. Our offset trick worked just fine. So we're going to take this hinge, weld it onto there, and that'll get welded onto there. And then we'll take this tab, feed it through the back side like this, weld that off there, and we'll just put us a little pin or something through there. I think that'll work just fine. We're not trying to make this thing super secure. Just whatever we put in there, we don't want to fall out going down the road. So we'll put that on the list of things for Aaron to weld tomorrow. All right, guys, here's the next thing we're going to cut out. These are the little brackets we're going to weld on the front. Basically, this one's in the right position here where we can hook our rope or our chain. I got that to where our eyelet should kind of fit over the end of it if we need to. We're gonna test the waters here on the table. We're gonna cut this out of 1/2-inch steel. We got the 85. It should be more than capable of doing 1/2-inch steel. We are gonna have to switch the tip out because we got that tip in there for fine cutting. But just if anybody's curious, these are kind of the charts that they send with the machine for mechanized cutting. So we're gonna go 1/2-inch. So this tells us the height we need to be off the plate to cut. This tells us the initial pierce height, so basically it'll pull back a little bit to pierce through to keep from damaging the tip. This is the pierce delay, so this is how long the machine needs to stay in one place to actually get through the plate. And then this is our cut speed, which is 46 inches per minute. The arc voltage is what we would put in right here if this display was working, but we're just gonna have to deal without that for now. And we should be good to go. We can cut all the way up to 1.25 inches at 6 inches per minute, but right here it says edge start. So from 3/4 on, they do not recommend piercing through the plate with this machine. You'd have to start from the edge, which the beauty of that is we have the torch kit on here. So once we get to 3/4 or bigger, we'll just switch over to the torch because it'll actually cut faster than this machine will using the plasma cutter. So, all right. Hopefully that all made sense. We're gonna go over to mock motion and oh, I gotta close it out. I actually drew this on the same file just so we don't get overwhelmed with a bunch of files. We've already got like 25 files on the tile plow here, so trying to stay organized but yet keep everything condensed. Open cut file, toolbox door, open, bam, there it is. All right, let's get our tip switched out, get our 1/2-inch plate up there, and this will be the thickest stuff we've cut with this machine so far. We'll see how it does. So this machine actually knows which tip's on the end of here. This is the 30 to 45 amp fine cut. It's good up to about 1/4 inch. We're gonna put the 85 amp on. So if we screw this on here, the machine should know it's got an 85 amp tip on it now, and it should know whether that tip is any good or not. So let's see if it's switched over. Oh yes, that is my bad tip. I knew there was one out of the bunch, and that's the one. Well, we're about ready to find out what this thing's got. We got the good tip in there. Machine recognizes the good tip. We're actually gonna go through 3/4 inch plate, not 1/2-inch plate. Got all the settings made for that. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. There's only one way to find out. Come on, baby. Whoop. So we pierced through it. It looks like we may have our feed rate. Oh, look at that. Our feed rate jumped back up. Why did it do that? All right. So we're gonna back this up and try it again. Hold on just a second. All right, we got our feed rate to come through. I've actually cut this back to just 2 of them. See how this is gonna go. Take 2. Here we go. Come on, baby. You can do it. Oh yeah, we're cutting now, baby. It's amazing how much better it works when you get all the settings right. It's awesome. All right, let's see what it looks like. I'll have to say, that's a pretty clean cut. All right, so what the thought process is, we're gonna weld those on the front of here, somewhere right in there, and that should give us some nice places to hang some pull chains or some ropes or whatever we want to hang up there. I was gonna cut 4 of them, but I think 2 of them is gonna be plenty. Kind of wish that maybe I would have left a little more meat back there to grab that, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's gonna have to deal with the piece of metal I had to work with, so. Well guys, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to call it a wrap on this one. We are getting, so close to having this thing out the door. We gotta get a little bit of wiring tidied up on our solenoid valves, get the last connection made on our power feeder valve, give this thing one last good look over for leaks, give it a good greasing, and get it tracked outside and make dang sure that GPS mount misses. The biggest thing is we gotta hope our glue dries overnight so we can get this grill glued in here. I'm really looking forward to getting those things in here and see what they look like. It's gonna be awesome. It is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be nice to have this thing out of the shop and moved on to the next project, but more importantly, we gotta hope this thing works. So the ultimate goal, the ultimate plan is, I think I covered this before, we're gonna get this thing out of the shop, get it to the next job where we need to install a bunch of tile, and then Joey's gonna come down and actually install all of our GPS stuff in the field. And then at that time, he's gonna be nice enough to kind of give us a good training over this thing on how it works, what we need to watch for, and what all we need to do to make her happen. So, yeah, sounds like a good time. Hopefully it all works out the way it's supposed to. That's the plan, anyways. So, all right. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be a wrap on this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, big old thumbs up. Want to make sure you catch us on the next one. Consider subscribing. As soon as we get this done, we got some other cool projects. We're going to try to build a stove bucket out of that piece of 1.5 inch plate. And we need to get the Mac in here and get the bed switched out. So, later.